Entitled student kept copying my notes and getting praised for it, so I made sure the praise stopped. I'm that student. Front row, color-coded notes, tabs, summaries, diagrams, the whole academic Pinterest board. I don't gatekeep. If someone misses class, I'll share notes. Enter Lila. Lila didn't miss class. Lila just didn't take notes. At first, she'd lean over and whisper, "Can I see what you wrote for that last slide?" Then it became, "Can you send me today's notes?" Then it evolved into, "Can you just share your Google Doc? It's easier." Like an idiot, I said yes. The praise problem. A few weeks later, our professor started praising Lila in class. Excellent summary of the lecture themes, Lila. Very strong analysis in your reflection post. Great organization. It sounded familiar. Because it was. Word for word familiar. One day the professor projected a sample response on the board. It was mine, except my name had been replaced with Lila's. She had copied entire paragraphs from my shared notes into discussion posts and assignments, including my weird little phrasing quirks. For example, I once described theory as, "It's basically the academic equivalent of trust me bro." Guess what showed up in her submission? Exactly that. And she was getting participation points and praise for it. Meanwhile, I was just sitting there like, slightly smiling face. Internally, fire. The confrontation. I confronted her privately. "Hey, I noticed you're using my notes almost word for word." She blinked. "Well, yeah, you said I could use them." Use them, not submit them as your own. She rolled her eyes. "It's not that deep. We're in the same class." Oh, it's that kind of entitlement. I stopped sharing my notes. She immediately texted, "Did you forget to upload today's doc?" No. The plan. Here's where it gets petty. Our next assignment was an in-class essay. Handwritten. No devices. No shared docs. Just raw brain power. But before that, there was one more online discussion post. And she was still somehow submitting stuff suspiciously similar to mine. So I did something harmless, but strategic. In my shared study guide, the last one I sent, I added a small interpretation of a concept. It sounded smart. It sounded confident. It was completely incorrect. Not obviously wrong, just wrong enough that someone who didn't actually understand the material would confidently repeat it. Guess what showed up in Lila's next discussion post? The exact incorrect interpretation, with extra confidence. The academic downfall. The professor commented publicly, "Lila, this interpretation misunderstands the central premise of the theory. Please see me after class." Silence. Dead silence. She turned around slowly in her chair and looked at me. I gave her the most neutral face I've ever produced. Slightly smiling face. After class, the professor clarified the mistake and reminded everyone about academic integrity and original work. From that day forward, Lila stopped asking for my notes. She also stopped getting praised. And during the handwritten in-class essay, she stared at the paper like it personally betrayed her. Meanwhile, I was vibing. The aftermath. A few weeks later, the professor pulled me aside. "I've noticed your work has a very distinct voice. Keep that." Translation, I know. I just nodded. Lila never apologized, but she did start taking her own notes. Bad ones. Edit. No, I didn't sabotage her grade. She sabotaged herself by copying something she didn't understand. Edit 2. Sharing notes is kindness. Copying without understanding is not collaboration.